Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and today we will be taking a look at some pretty nice cars. So on the left we have a Chevrolet Camaro, and then next to that, the yellow car, we have a Chevy, another Chevy. Next to that we have an R8, an A4. Then next to that we have an Aston Martin Vanquish. Next to that we have a Lamborghini Reventon. And all of these are real cars. I'm getting 20 FPS right now in Colorado. So we can switch over to this one. This has no sound when it's in idle. The interior is very different. It's not detailed, but it isn't the best. This one seems to have quite a bit of a delay, so okay, so it doesn't want to have a delay this time. That's fine. It doesn't have any engine sound. This one seems to look really nice. The interior isn't as detailed as it looks from the outside. And we'll try to get this one off. Oh, okay. Well, that happened. Another thing with some of these mods is I've noticed that a few of them have really flimsy axles. None of these vehicles were made for this version. They're all made for 3 versions back. We're currently on 0.13. This one was made for 0.10. The Camaro was made for 0.9. The A4 was made for version 0.11. The Aston Martin was 0.10 and the Lamborghini was 0.8. So we can start this one. Has a very American muscle sound to it. The interior is nice. You have that there on the dash. It's nice. It's nice looking. Of course the dials don't work, but it is a mod. Respawn that. Turn off the engine. This one sounds the same to the yellow Camaro. If you're into the Bond films, you might remember this from Skyfall and 2 others. This is the Lamborghini. The engine is off because it's really loud. Inside is pretty well done. You are kind of glitched into the seat, but if you were to put a person in there, they do sit kind of nicely. So if you're wearing headphones, maybe just turn them down a bit because this part gets loud. So most of them don't have the best crashing. This one barely goes. This one you can barely steer. That one's probably the best and the easiest to drive. This one's easy to drive if you don't just put your foot down. And this one, you can get quite some speed on it, but when it gets up to the higher speeds it kinda starts to slip and slide. So this one, the lights don't work. I don't think this has an engine. So I would say it's pretty flimsy. We weren't going too fast, and it was as if we were going 120 miles per hour, so we'll try this one. This time we're gonna go this way. I wouldn't mind taking this one to Daytona. I've noticed that a few of them have pop-up headlights where the glass moves. That one's pretty well done. All of these mods, the lights don't really match. And then this one, it has pop-up headlights. And I think that one does? No, it just it's very off. So we're gonna get this car and we'll drive it around the map to see Colorado. So all the other cars are gone. And no, I do not edit, I just have reinstalled Action, which seems to work for BeamNG. So we should be able to, I should be able to pause the recording if there's something that would be too boring. We'll do a bit of first person, then we'll go on to the outside. So we'll change the car to a Chevrolet, and that will change now. This is the car we'll be taking around the map. Let's just go up and see how big the map actually is. It said somewhere, there it is. I think that's the track. I think that's the drag strip. There is a drag strip on this map, and this map was published like 5-10 minutes ago. So we're just gonna try to get up to the top of the mountain as quickly as we can. Well, that didn't work. So I decided not to make you watch all that, because I took a quick look at the road and it was just super long. So now we're gonna go down here, try not to hit any trees on the way down, come across here, see if we can get down there, see how high we can jump across here, and hopefully get to here. I think this might be a 1/4 mile. This is definitely maybe a mile. So we're gonna go down it. Anyway, we'll turn the engine on when we get up to speed. Barely hitting it, but then we're gonna hit it right here. See a bit of glitching of the wheel. That roll cage didn't do much. See if it'll flip over. Well, we got it to flip over, but I don't know if it's gonna drive. Oh, it is gonna drive. Just turn it around. We are going to try to get down without having to respawn it, and there's a road. I'll only respawn it if we can get to the road. let's try that challenge. This thing was more built for tracks, so we got halfway there, so I'll see you guys on the track. So we're at the racetrack, the drag strip, and both of the car's engines are off. They are lined up, and who do you think's gonna win? I will be driving the Chevrolet, and no one will be driving this. I will just pause the physics, press accelerate, go over to the Chevrolet, and this will just pull off. And because it's lined up, it should get somewhat down the track, and the race ends when this either crosses the line or crosses this line. So we can pause the physics, press accelerator, go over to here, then we can get ready. Might need to turn on the engine. There we go. And 3, 2, 1. So he did actually pull in front. He did actually pull in front of me at the start line. I don't know if that was luck or if he has better launch control, but if it was only a 10-15 foot race, this car would have won. This car won, has no damage, and that one swerved off, probably hit something, or it wasn't lined up. So we can respawn these, come back over, line them back up. This one needs to be straightened. So I just set the cars back up. This one is more aligned. I don't know if it's gonna go on dead center or if it's gonna swerve off. I will be driving that again, and it will be the same setup. So I'll just get that started. So that's been done. We can just press J to unpause, and we can go. Let's try and stay next to it. So I don't know what's going on with this car, but it is not going straight. So I'll try another car and see if that one wants to go straight. So I'll see you guys in a second. So this time we have a smaller car, and that one has a big surprise, and this is the same Camaro, so we can swap over to that, press accelerator, swap over to that, and that thing has a big jet on it. So we'll see how long it can go, and 3, 2, 1. So I think this has a bit of engine damage because it keeps trying to start and then failing. This, I don't know, it might have been the wheels. So we can respawn that, and you do get a bit of fire sound when you do that. Okay, so this one we're going to have a bit of a disadvantage, as it has a lot more power, it gets faster, and we're further back. But it should be lined up, and if anything it'll crash into me. That's if it doesn't just take off. So we can press J and start in 3, 2, 1. So you could see a fireball just lift into the skies with this car. You just saw a big fireball just raise up out of the trees, which looked pretty cool. So you can see both cars are over there. I will change my car and the car that's not being driven by anybody. So the car that we will be driving is the Lamborghini, and the car that is just going to be driving itself is the Italian police, which happens to be made by Disney. And if you don't know why that symbol's Disney, then keep a lookout when you're watching Disney films, try and find them numbers. So we will press accelerate on this one, change over, and again if you are in headphones, turn them down a bit because this car gets loud. 3, 2, 1. So it probably got to 0 to 60 a bit quicker, and it might have even gotten to 120 quicker than me, but we did overtake it, and if it was straight, as I don't think we can get it to go straight, then we would have been able to do a proper drag race. So I'll attempt it a few more times, and if I do prevail, I'll put one into the video. So I didn't get it to do a drag race, but I did find it driving on its own like this. So I can just apparently drive with no front wheels needed. So that's all for this video. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and if you want more like this, leave a comment and what type of car you would like to see, and I'll try to get it. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.